Hey guys, Alan Watson. You ever wondered what happens when you hit two completely different shafts? Same make and model, but just different weight, different flex. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can be accurate with both, or let's see if fitting really works and if one is better than the other. Let's check it out. Okay, today I have my Taylor Made P770 with the Axiom Fujikura Graphite. It's a 105X. This is my shaft. A little bit lighter weight, but it's the extra stiff, so I get the control that I want. My miss tends to be a little bit of a hook or a draw, so with the extra stiff shaft and the stiffer tip, that works out better for me. Now, I also have a demo of the P770, so same head as mine. Mine's black, this one's chrome, doesn't matter. Same loft, same lie. And this one has the Axiom 75R. So we're going to go 105X against 75R. Let's see what happens. All right, first up, we're going to hit some shots with my 105X here. And I'm dealing with a little bit of a shoulder injury, so I'm not swinging as hard as I normally would, but I'll have the same shoulder injury swinging with the 75R and the 105X, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to hit 5 or 6 balls with each, and we're going to use our comparison screen to see what that ends up looking like on distance and accuracy. Again, this is a really fair comparison because these are the same length, the same lie angle, the same loft, the same club head, same brand of shaft. The only difference is that weight and flex. And you know, it's one of those things where people are always asking us, does it really make a difference? Well, we're about to find out. We use the Foresight quad, the GC quad right over here. That's going to give us really good numbers. In fact, I think it was Rory at the Open last week at Turnberry, and he was using the quad to get his numbers before he teed off. So, all right, I got a little extra on that, a little extra mustard, as my grandmother used to say. And that thing's turning over. So we're going to hit one more, and then we'll switch to the other club. Hit the 105X a couple more times and see. I'll swing just a little bit harder. I'll work on my straight path that my teachers taught me and see if I can hit the ball longer and straighter now that I'm a little more loose. You can see that my shoulder does not want to rotate through. You can see my finish is kind of low. Obviously, I'd love to be, way up here, but it's just hard to do it with the arm hurting the way it is. So there we go. And in doing so, hit the ball a lot higher. Irons, for me, 7-iron at 162 is about right, and that was a 163 carry. So that's definitely my normal number outdoors. Let's switch over to the R-Flex and see what happens. All right, let's set up the 75R. So what's cool about the quad is we can go over here and we can go up here and tell it that we're switching. So like I'll type in Axiom 75R, and then you can see I'll change the color, and then I'll tell this an iron. Boom. Now I've got a second setup. That way we'll be able to track them and use a comparison screen to see the difference. So let me get that set. Only a little bit lighter. Feels like it whips a little bit more. Obviously going from 105X to 75R, you're going to feel that no matter who you are. My club head speed, certainly not what it used to be, but that was 83 miles an hour. I know I used to be more like 87 to 89, but with this shoulder injury, man, I'm just really struggling to get through the ball. That one felt like I got really quick with it, and again, I think that's just that lighter shaft. If you have more moderate club head speed, You can go to a lighter shaft, it doesn't feel as bad. You can generate some extra club head speed, but if you swing a little bit faster, and again, certainly I'm not super fast, but I'm just faster than, that was only 81, but man, it just felt like I was whipping the club through. Don't really like that. All right, now that one felt solid. I'm not really paying attention to where they're going or how far they're going because I don't want to influence my types of swings, and I want to have a really fair comparison and see what happens when we hit these. All right, now I really tried to get after that one just a little bit just to kind of see what would happen. Probably got a couple extra yards out of it, but it probably went more left as well. Nice solid sound. Again, ball's turning over. I mean, your swing path is your swing path. Your height is your height. The way you like to carry your hands is the way you do that. So it doesn't matter if you're a 2 handicap or a 25 handicap. The way you set up and the way you swing is going to be what you do, and that's why shaft is so important and fitting is important, is because you're not going to change. So if we wanted things to get better, then the club has to change. All right, so let's go in here and take a look at the numbers. So we'll look at the table. If there's anything just really bad anomaly-wise, we'll pull those out. So we'll pull this guy and this guy out, and then over here, we will pull this guy and this guy out. So we took the 2 lowest total carries out. We've got 5 there and 5 here, so this is a heck of a cross. I'm seeing the same essential launch, 20.7 versus 20.5. I'm seeing a side angle being a little more left with my stiffer shafts, the spin being a little higher. Side spin's definitely a lot lower though, and that was what you expect from a stiffer shaft. Offline's not as bad. Peak height's a little bit lower. Again, you would expect that. Did carry the ball a little further with the more flexible shaft, but so you'll notice over here that my X shaft doesn't go as far left, but it also doesn't go as far total, and it's more consistent in its distance. You've got more front to back and side to side on the 75R, and then with ball speed was a lot faster with the 75R, and again that's because that shaft is more flippy, more flexible, it's popping through. And like I said, you get more distance, but I would still rather have the control of the X. Now, this is not an incredible test because I only took about 10 practice swings and then I went straight into it. So what we'll do is we'll go back in and do it one more time. All right, so we hit the 105X on the what I'm calling take 2. I swung a little bit harder, really tried to focus on my path. So we'll do the same thing here. Again, this shaft just feels so flimsy. I don't like the way it feels in my hand. Makes it really hard to concentrate on doing my mechanics the way I want to. So all right, so let's go in and do comparison of take 2 against the regular ones. Ball speed definitely went up on take 2, but we're still matching. We're at 115 and 115. So I was able to get my club head speed. Again, the launch is almost identical, 21, 20.9. Spin actually came up a little bit on the X, and distance leveled out to 163, 164. So let's get rid of the first ones. And what you'll see now is the distance is the same. The R-Flex still goes more left than mine does. So when I really just decided to swing a little bit more and swing a little harder, all of a sudden everything leveled out and I was able to get the distance that I wanted, probably just getting a little bit looser. So you can see I could actually play either shaft, but I would know that the regular flex would be going a lot more left on me. And also I don't like the feel. And so that, and you can also see the tighter dispersion just slightly. I'm a 7.8 handicap, so I'm a decent ball striker, and I'm going to be somewhat consistent. But as you can see, the 105X is still a better choice. Probably in a 105 stiff would be the best fit for me. I probably need to get away from the X and just go to the stiff. Well, there you have it. So we did 105X against 75R. The results, as you could see once I got loosened up, are that they go about the same distance, essentially the same distance. The difference is that the more flexible shaft bends more and goes more left and has a little bit wider dispersion. So does that mean I'm in the right shaft? Well, like I said, if I could build up a 105 stiff and try it, I'd probably see that that might be even better, especially since my club head speed slowed down a little bit. But I hope you saw today how having two different shafts, obviously again, same brand, same model, just slightly different variable, makes a little bit of difference in how they perform. And if we were to compare this to something completely different, then again, we'd probably see completely different results. So there you go, a little shaft iron test with my personal club today.